For the majority, the chair recognizes Councilman Henon.
Thank you, Council President. And before I begin, I want to thank you for your leadership, not just with the best value legislation, dealing with all its members in the majority and in its entire body, but dealing with the administration, but all throughout the year of 2016. So I want to thank you for that. And when it comes to today's procurement legislation, I just wanted to clarify a few things that has maybe caused a little confusion. Our first best value is a long-standing procurement tool used in many other cities across the country. It is a best practice, and while it's new to the city of Philadelphia, it's not a new idea. Of the 20th largest cities in America, there are only 2 that are not best value, one being Philadelphia and Indianapolis. Best value is a modernization procurement practice that will allow the city to include other criteria beyond the cost alone and determine how the bids are selected. All right, that criteria, which has not been finalized by the mayor's office or by the procurement team, will include things like past performance, some other financial disclosures, whether a bidder is MBE, WBE, or DSBE certified, and financial strength, like I said, and scheduling and more. All right, so they are weighted measures that help ensure that we are getting the actual best value, and that this body is working closely with the administration to determine and have determined that type of criteria, because it's something that we've been speaking about all year long and over the last several years. And it gives the city the much flexibility that it needed and it does need for complex contracts. I think it's important to note that the best value will be just another tool in its belt. Initially, best value will only be used for about 5% of the procurement projects, and that the lowest bidder, lowest responsible bidder, will be used in appropriate and when necessary. All right. Best value will also open up procurement projects to smaller vendors, and it's important to say, who haven't had a chance to bid or haven't felt comfortable to bid on city contracts. I'm talking about vendors who couldn't compete with bigger businesses, who can do the job for cheaper, though not necessarily better. There's a whole type and group of businesses and business owners who have opted out of working with the city just because they can't be the lowest bidder. Best value give those vendors a chance. It gives them a chance to compete competitively, and it gives the city a better chance to benefit from their knowledge. As far as the loudest criticism of best value, it opens up the door for, as it pertains to opening up the door for cronyism and pay-to-play politics. I can say the following. All right, the process is open and transparent at every single turn. The criteria is weighted, and it will provide the same time opportunity as it's posted. Bids will be evaluated by a committee that includes department experts and stakeholders. And once the final decision is made by the winning bid is selected, the city will make publicly available the score of that bid. Additionally, when I introduced best value along with co-sponsors, we introduced a companion bill. A companion bill which amends Section 171404, which may not mean anything, just on its number, all right, but it is the Philadelphia Code entitled Eligibility for Non-Competitively Bid Contracts and Financial Assistance. It outlines the requirements relating to contracts under best value, including eligibility based on political donations. This isn't the only safety net. In June, I introduced 2 bills with several other co-sponsors of members in this body, and it creates a vendor registry, and one of those registries requires that the winning RFP stay live and remains online for 5 years after it has been awarded, which means it increases the transparency and it helps vendors strengthen its future bids. Over the last year, this council has put forth several other bills aimed at streamlining and modernizing Philadelphia's procurement process and encouraging businesses to reconsider working with the city of Philadelphia. We want you to come and bid with the city of Philadelphia, so we're opening up the door to do so. From Councilwoman Bass' prompt pay legislation, with Councilman Jones's, Councilwoman Reynolds Brown, and Sanchez's bill that more clearly defines the requirements to be certified as a local business entity, this body has been fighting to cut the bureaucracy and build a system that ensures taxpayers are getting what it deserves for its tax dollars. So, despite some, I'm proud to say that best value is a good policy. So I want to thank you for your leadership. I want to thank the members and having faith in the process that we go through in an open public hearings, and to make sure that our procurement department and all its related departments are working together with the commitment from the mayor, and I know that the mayor is committed to making sure that this is successfully opened up to all of Philadelphians who never had a chance to compete before. So thank you.
Thank you, Councilman.